Have you ever been drawing something only to realize it looks completely different than what you thought you were drawing? It can be so frustrating. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to trust what you see and not what you think. This happens because our brain tricks us into drawing what we think an object is, but in reality, it's nothing what we see. Today, I'm going to show you how to draw a piece of delicious key lime pie, one of my favorites. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Now, come on, let's get to work.
I love this. I love key lime pie. Perfect morning breakfast right there, key lime pie. Okay, let's give this a go here. I'm going to go ahead and just start at the tip there. So I'm just going to draw. Going to draw a line going back in that direction. Draw another line going back in this direction now. I want you to really observe something here, and this is really important when it comes to drawing this piece of key lime pie. We're going to come up to the edge of this whipped cream here. Just guesstimate that distance. And this is where we want to use the phrase "trust what you see and not what you think." Because if I look at this, the other edge where it comes in contact, I put a little mark here, and let's look at this. If I drop a vertical at that point, look how close it is. We'll call this A and B, and this is C. Look how close C is to A versus B. You see that? So if I'm going to add that to my picture, I'm probably only going to, wow, that does not look right to me. You know, I bet you it's probably a little bit higher there. I'm going to go right there. But this is like really observing what you're seeing versus what you think. So let's go ahead then and just kind of create this nice curve. Volume here. Let's think of volume. So let's just come up and draw this lightly. Come up with a straight line, a vertical line, and another vertical line coming out of B right there, just like that. Give me a nice curve. Draw this lightly. This is more of a guide than anything else for us. All right, now curve this around, and we're going to make it it's going to start a little bit narrow back here, but it's going to get a little bit wider back here. Come in with a slight angle here. Let's come in straight, vertical. This is arbitrary, this distance right there. We're going to come straight back. Let's draw the thickness of that crust now, and we're just going to follow that line there. If you think of that edge of whipped cream, this is, think of it as spheres that are overlapping one another, okay? So let's start with this. Let's start with this first one here, and we kind of have a nice guide to get some nice volume here. You see that? This is why I drew it more of a cube, because it helps us to visualize volume versus just quickly jumping into spheres. So we'll do this, kind of coming up and around. We could do the next one as well, coming up and around, coming down the front, and the last. Now, with this in place, if you want to, after the class is over, if you want to go into tight detail and try and get these round masses to look more like the picture there, that would be a great exercise for you to do. And I would recommend, when you do it, just really trust what you see and not what you think. For example, let's just say, like, we could see from the picture that this side of this whipped cream here has a little bit of value there. You see that? I'm going to erase this straight edge here because I don't need that anymore. And now I'm going to look very carefully. We'll just add some value to the side here. So as I'm looking at this whipped cream, I can see it's coming in like that. I'm kind of outlining the shadow here. When I use tone, I don't know if we've talked about using tone as far as yet, but I like to think of tone as only 3 values. So we have our darkest dark. You have a medium value, and then a lighter value, plus the white of the page, and then super black, okay? So this is the way I like to think of value. So if I'm going to look at this, this little blob here, I personally can only see maybe 3 values. So I have this lighter value on the side. I have the white value on top. And then it gets a little bit darker on the edges here. You see this? And I just want to make sure that I'm following the shapes that I see there. See 3 values. That's all I'm dealing with here. So feel free after we're done, if you want to go back into this and add some more value. Crust there. And also overall the side of our piece of pie. Try and keep your values simple. So, you have, and one other aspect that I do in order to help me with this is I ask myself, is this and these labels are arbitrary. Let's just say this was a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, a 5. I might ask myself, wow, is the side of this key lime pie a 2 or a 3, I might say in my head. And then I'd say, oh, that's closer to a 2. What about the crust? What value is the crust? Is it a 3 or a 4? Okay, I got that. And then I might even say, are there any blacks in this picture? Well, not on my key lime pie. There might be. This might. No, I think I still would keep that as a 4. I don't see any blacks. The darkest darks would be probably in here, which I'm not drawing, and of course down in here in the shadow. So I want to keep those for my number 5. All right. If you do have additional questions, please join our Facebook group. It's totally for free. Post your questions in there. You could direct it toward me, or even down here in the comments below, you could ask a question, and I will try and answer it my best. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.